Hey everyone, it's Amador, and today we're going to be making this Slimline mason jar light up card. I don't even know what to call it, but we're going to go ahead and use all of these awesome products from the Pixi Dust Designs, and we're going to be using mainly this Halloween mason jars. This is what it looks like. We made both of these. We're going to be making both of those. We are going to use, for our actual card, we're going to be using the stitched rectangle slimline and stitched scallop slimline. And for a little spider web action, we're going to be using this portion from the Halloween box bag topper. And for our cord, we're going to be just using this right here, this line twice, from the Hills and Trees slimline. So come along and let us go ahead and make this awesome. Oh, and we're also going to be using for the these lights from Easy Light by Pear Blossoms. Oh my goodness. So come along. I hope you guys like this idea. I'm totally excited. Let's go make a light up slimline card. So here's my little project tray. Let's get started. First, let me show you how this works. You get 3 of these light ups in this little package. They have several different ones. All you do is slide this battery in here and then press the button. Like, easy, like seriously, just like it says. So each one of these are going to go behind one of our mason jars to light up like that. So super cute. You can use this to make fireflies. Look, if you made a card and you shook it, it looks like fireflies. Super cute. All right, so let's see here. Let's get started. Let's get our base. We're going to need, and I've gone ahead and pre-cut everything. We're going to need the, let me see. Watch out for the wires. I've actually torn some in the past. All right, so I've gone ahead and made my card base. This is a 3.5 by 8.5 card base. I want it to be able to stand. It's going to stand up and everything. We went ahead and cut it and scored it. I want to try to do these videos as much as I can and in real time so you don't have to hear me in a weird voiceover. This is the base, and we're going to go ahead and use the scalloped stitch scallop slimline. I went ahead and I cut this in the largest one. We went ahead and used the largest one. And I went ahead and just cut up a piece of vellum because this was a little dark, a little bright, and it kind of took away from my card. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We have this frame right here. This one is using the largest of the stitched scallop slimline, and then I used the second to largest of the stitched rectangles just to create a frame because I want them to kind of be standing out so the light will show more from it as opposed to being pressed right on it. So let's go ahead and try that. I've gone ahead and pre-put some of these foam tapes, except for here. This is where our actual little switch is going to be when we have it ready. So let's go ahead and start peeling off all of these after we actually put the card base on the card front on our card base. I'm going ahead and just use some dry tape. I like to use wet tape for acetate and everything. And then I just realized that I'm such a fool. I was excited to get these going that I forgot to show you doing it. So we're going to go ahead and go through how I made this glass. It looks like those mercury glass or those painted glass jars that you find at the craft store or at the dollar store that a lot of people are using to make their Halloween projects. So let's go ahead and move this over to the side. Let's go ahead and just adhere this to our card. And it has a little bit of that little peekaboo black background, which is what we want. And here we go. All right, so everything is going to go on the front part of the card. Let me get all of these off. I'll be right back. All right, I know I said I wanted to do this real time, but those things drive me nuts, so I want to make sure I get those off. and I don't lose my mind doing so at first. So if you notice, I did not put anything here because this is where our little mechanism is going to go for the easy lights. Let's go ahead and just place our frame because we want our frame to be the bases. And like I said, the only reason I put them on a little floating frame is because I wanted to give them more space for the light to show. And that should be enough for us to put our little mechanism. Now I went ahead and I'm going to do it this way. You can actually change the battery on these, and so I'm going to leave it to the point that they can actually change the battery on that. So let's go ahead and we're going to tuck it in here right there. Okay, and you can glue it. I'm not going to glue it just yet. I just want to make sure that I'm able to put it in here and cover it and everything. So, and then see, boop boop. Let me show you. I'm going to go ahead and put all of these together. This is together in a minute, but I wanted to show you how I made my glass jars to have this kind of effect right here, to look like those jars from like the mercury glass jars. If you see, it has a texture. All I did was you did it two ways. I did it with my my Copic marker and just pick a color that you want, and you can do it this way, but it will leave streaks on occasions unless you do it quick enough. But what I did is I did a little bit of just the lines like that, and then I went and I stippled all around. Yes, this will take a minute, but it will give you an awesome texture. And then you just go over, just haphazardly, nothing coordinated, go over, and you see the texture. You can actually see it with the alcohol ink, but you see the texture, whereas this one has a little bit more texture, and that one's just streaking. I really like this, and this will be on the forward part. You can do this on clear acetate. I just felt like the white gave it a better base. This is acetate or stencil material that you can find on Amazon. I'll have a link to all of the products here, especially the dyes from Pixi Designs, to show you everything. But I use this for my own stencils and stuff like that. But that's what I wanted to use to kind of give it to, hopefully it'll get a better glow. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and attach. We're going to bring our little wires over here, and this is the cable that I made. I made it using this. Oh, which one is it? I went ahead and basically die cut it, and then I moved the paper over and die cut it again. So I actually have a little bit of a stitch line right here and the straight edge. So we're going to go ahead and just see where we want it here, because also we want that to give it enough space for the jars. So we're going to go ahead and adhere it to the card. And this is just, because you just want to have a little cord. You can tie several of these die sets, come with little bows if you want to tie it, but I wanted to make it look like I actually have a strand of mini mason jar lights in my craft room, and I kind of wanted it to look like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and get it up here. Of course, now I have glue everywhere. Luckily, this glue dries clear. I know, oh my gosh, what a mess. All right. And you see with that, I'm also kind of gluing it to the mechanism. Let's go ahead and just come up here. From the back, we're going to just snip off the excess. All right. Now here is where we're going to go ahead and separate the lights to get them to each side. So don't pull on them hard. Like I said, I've actually speak from experience. And they're super thin, so it's not like you have to worry a lot about what they're going to be seen, if they're going to be seen. And we can use some tape, we can use whatever. I'm going to go ahead and use my little mason jars now. I'm going to see where I'm going to paste them. I'm going to go ahead and do them this way, just because this way it has two faces and the spiderweb one right here. Okay, so sorry about that. Here I'm trying to do real-time videos and I'm struggling with the dang dimensionals. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a little move here. We're gonna move this one there. Wait, see, look, I'm struggling. Let me just go ahead and get this here. So I just pulled this back up to reposition it, just because I didn't like how it was so far into out of the way. All right, now we're going to go ahead and place the others. We're going to place this one here. Let me see. I like to... in the position, and we're going to... Another thing we also want to do with the placing of the heads of the jars, there we go. We want to go ahead and have a pop this up a little bit, have it hold the wires, so our wires are secure, you guys. All right, so there we go for that. All these troubles I'm trying. Okay, so we have this sentiment. I'm debating if I'm still going to use it. Let's see here. We can do trick or wait, trick. I can't read. Trick or treat. I think that's cute. Let's go ahead and figure out the placements on these, or you know what, actually, all right, so change of plans because I wasn't paying attention. We're going to go ahead and actually use the sentiment from the Halloween mason jars because it is a much larger and I like how it stands out. It wasn't being overcast by the cute mason jars. Okay, so I really think this would be a better way to go. So let's go ahead and adhere our sweet, sweet little sentiment to our card. All right, let's start with, I don't know why I'm starting from the back. We're just gonna go ahead and add, that was way too much glue. So let's go ahead and spread it around. Make sure to get it in all those spots. I was gonna have it stick out now in retrospect, so, but it wouldn't fit on inside the envelope, the A2 envelope, because this is already 3.5. So no problem. We're just going to pop this in here. Let's go ahead and do our trick. And I didn't really have to do all of the letters, the entire thing, just the top part. And we're gonna go ahead and adhere it here. Oop. That got away with me. Of course, this happens sometimes. Here we go. Now I just have to, I lost my eye. The dots of my eye. Here we go. It is done. Super, super cute. We can always add some white cardstock inside, but our light up mason jar card is ready to go. Done. Super, super cute. Love this. Love it. Now my question is how I'm going to be taking pictures of this. So hope you guys like it. Thank you for coming by and seeing our projects. Please make sure that you guys are going to go check out Pixi does designs and all of these awesome dies. I could not have done all of this without them. And thank you, Sandra, for letting me participate with your team. I absolutely love these. These are the perfect little size for Slimlines or from A2 size cards. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.